Good afternoon, everybody. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a very dark and gloomy afternoon at the off-grid homestead. It is 36 out, but windy. We have sustained 6 to 7 miles an hour winds with gusts about up to 20 and 30. We have a northeaster on its way, and it is cooling off in the tiny house. The wind is blasting outside. There's tree branches down. Melanie and I just got back from shopping, our big once-a-month grocery shopping. It was payday today. So we are just getting back to the homestead, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I did manage to drive the car up close to the house this time because the ground is firming up a little bit more. But if we get this big rain and snow they're talking about, I'll be taking the car back up to the end of the yard, to the beginning of the neighbor's property, so I can get out next time. It's about a quarter mile away from here. Anyway, that's what's been going on today so far. I will show you something I did upstairs. We'll take you up there and show you something I did this morning. I put a shelf up in the window, and it is baby cat approved. The table that sorry, I'm rocking my chair. The table she was just sitting on, Melanie had some plastic sheeting on it, and actually that's an old piano bench, I guess. Anyway, she had the plants on that, and I brought in this shelf from out in the storage tent, and we're going to use that as a planting shelf, a platform for planting. That's all the herbs that we've got right now. We're going to try to get an early head start on spring planting right here because seeds won't sprout below a certain temperature. But once we get them sprouted, then we can take them out to the greenhouse after it warms up more. Melanie's got her craft supplies down below, and I'm thinking about putting the charge accelerator that I'm building on this table right next to my office and work on that here then, but that's just something I'm considering for now. I'd have to block the sunlight from coming through and hitting it because it'll deteriorate the acrylic housing of that, so I've given it some thought. Right now it's on the living room table in the tiny house on wheels, and that's not optimum. I've got some black trays I'm hoping will fit under here. They're shoe and boot drip trays, and I want to put them underneath the plants. If it fits, now that I'm looking at the width of the shelf, I don't think it's gonna. If it would fit, it would be the best for this, because then we can water the plants and let it run out. Otherwise, we're gonna have to put individual bowls and plates under every single plant to prevent runoff. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I did this morning. Chris is outside running the log splitter. I don't know if you hear the motor running, but he's out still splitting firewood. And we're all getting ready and battening things down for the snowstorm that may be coming. I don't know if you can see this. Felix in the box. You can't see that, can you? Hold on a minute. The Felix in the box. Hi, Felix. You know, it's a little bit crooked and awkward, isn't it? Huh? He made the best of it, though. He's comfy in the box. Nope, there's a baby. She heard the camera. Baby's a movie star again. She comes back to the video. And yeah, she talks to me now, too. Hey guys, Chris is working on splitting firewood. And inside the shed, what are we looking at? 12.7 volts on the battery bank. We have nothing coming in. It's, we got this northeaster hovering over us. It's supposed to dump up to 5 inches of snow, but it's just hovering. Not complaining, except for the lack of light. So, anyway, we might have to run a generator tonight. I don't know why, but people are asking for greenhouse updates. The greenhouse is mostly dead. Dead. The lettuce did survive, but but it's not doing anything. It'll be good for later, but it's not doing anything. Pretty much everything else is dead. We have some catnip here that is struggling to hold on, but that's pretty durable, hardy stuff anyway. Even our rose plant burst from the freeze. Although the plant seems to be alive, surprisingly. The pot burst. So anyway, dead. So there's not going to be any more greenhouse updates until we get working on it again. So just so you know. By the way though, out in the greenhouse I do have my old Bedini motor hooked back up. And I am, let's see, where did I put it right here. I am working on charging an old car jump starter because I use it for off-grid extra energy for a backup battery. Hold on, let me get this. I got this wire I gotta take apart. Be right back. Now, this thing, when I set it up a few days ago, it did not do anything when I pressed the button to check the battery status. But watch this. Alright, it's reducing as I press it, but it's lowering. It was sitting at 12 volts a little while ago, so what is it right now? I'll see that when I check the camera later. But anyway, I'm bringing it up. It was 0. It wasn't reading anything at all when I pressed that meter. And I let it rest for the day today. It's been off. And I just plugged it back in. Now, this was one I think I bought from, I think it was Tractor Supply on discount 2 years ago. And here's one that I bought, hold on, Behemoth, that I bought at Tractor Supply a year ago on clearance. I gotta learn to stop buying stuff on clearance because by the time you get them, their batteries are already nearly dead. This one won't take a conventional charge anymore. And neither will this. I mean, it was deader than dead. Both of these, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, only lasted 3 months after I bought them because they had been sitting on the shelf so long that the batteries were sulfated. And of course, after 3 months, you don't have any warranty from the shop anymore, where you got it. But I am hopefully going to bring them back up with my old Bedini. And if you're going to cry and whine and complain that it has nothing to do with homesteading, you're wrong. So please pay attention. Keeping your batteries in shape has everything to do with homesteading. Everything when you're off the grid. Off-grid homesteading, keeping your batteries maintained has everything to do with being off the grid. So everybody whining and complaining about me showing stuff that has nothing to do with homesteading, you're wrong. This is very important. These are my backups. These are what I use when there's low power. This has radio, it's got USB, it's got a 12-volt cigarette lighter socket, it's got an AC port, it's got a power inverter. And I mean, it's everything you need right there if you're off the grid. Some of them have lights. This one has an air compressor and plus car jump starter. Nice stereo built in, by the way. This one has a light plus your AC and DC power ports and USB. So another great device. Now I'm going to hook up my positive wire. This is my greenhouse solar battery bank, which is sitting at 12.3, probably 12.4, 12.5. It's been cloudy. Now I'm going to give this a spin up. Okay. And turn down my thing a little bit. You get a little bit of a light here. That's my old Bedini SSG, simplified schoolgirl motor, which does restore batteries. Alright, and no, don't worry, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm just out here setting this up. I figured I'd grab the camera. This is what I'm doing right now. The greenhouse is dead, but I'm still using it for batteries. Anyway, once that speeds up, I'll keep adjusting this down until that light barely glows, and it tells me that I've got it optimally tuned. And then this is going to go up with time. So I'll come back out here in a few hours. I'll spare you that. That keeps going up. And I'll have this in operation again within a few days or so, maybe a week. Hi guys. Boy, it got dark. We should still have some light out there at this time. It is dark. The sleet has begun, and it's been beating on the back side of the house. Hi, baby cat. She's just lazy. I don't know if you can see the wet spots on the window. Probably not. But anyway, never ever have I got hit on the back side of the house. So that's very unusual. Anyway, sitting here in the dark. I guess I'm going to turn on some lights and get some work going on here in the off-grid homestead, the tiny house on wheels. I have been working on the computer since we got back from town, and of course we've all been putting away groceries. Melanie made Felix a cat house out of 2 boxes. I know you can't see much. That is how it is. I don't know how much power we have in the battery banks, so I haven't turned on the lights yet. The computer's on, but that's it. I have a battery charging over here. That's my battery that I've been using to run the machine that nobody wants to know about. Well, half you guys want to know. The other half don't. But anyway, I'm using that. Oh, that's the cool thing. I think I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. I recycled a jump starter pack that somebody gave me. Really cool. I'll show you that, you guys that later. I've got a battery jump starter up here that I've restored that was dead and is now powering my machine, which is then restoring some other batteries. So yeah, I don't know why people think this has nothing to do with off-grid homesteading, but it sure does. It sure does. Anyway, just an update. The storm is coming. I don't know what to expect, so I'm going to go take the car up away from our property so that it is safe in case we do get dumped on tonight with the heavy snow. I'm going to bundle up and get myself out there and get the car out of here. What's this strange noise? What's this strange noise in the bathroom?
This is what we did when it's winter.
It's a horrible day outside, so Melanie is washing clothes. Let me get a flashlight.
Okay.
Melanie's washing clothes. The plunger style.
It's not very heavy. So you just like giving a little bit of push and then...
It's a really simple device to use, you're saying. And a good exercise for the arms.
And this one is clean already, but I have to wait until no waters come out. Then I'm gonna go put it there in the house.
So Melanie put a board up in the shower, and she knows not to overload it. But she puts a little bit of clothes up there to drip dry, and you can see this one's already dripping pretty dry. Yeah, it's you can see the dry spots. I hope that shows up on camera. Here it's wet, and here it's dried edge.
Yeah.
So that'll be able to go in the living room soon.
Yep.
So she is washing laundry in the shower in the off-grid tiny house on wheels. That is truly off-grid. It doesn't get more off-grid than that, does it, Melanie?
But it's not really like, you just put it your soap and then a little bit of water, just soak it for 30 minutes and then going back until the, to the clothes to be like soft. Because you don't want to be, until you can just wash it like that.
Yeah.
And then you have clean clothes.
Off-grid laundry. Thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome.
By the way, guys, we keep a pot of water up here on the wood stove. We do have a water heater, but we do try to minimize fuel use here on the off-grid homestead. So we keep water, that's rainwater, off the roof, and we keep that on the wood stove for bathing, dishwashing, whatever. Any hot water, warm water we need, non-food wise, it's right there. And some of you might recognize the fan, which needs a dusting off. I can see right now. The heat-powered stove fan that we got in the mail has been running non-stop since the day we got it. Thank you very much. And Melanie loves it. She's actually got it pointing at the laundry right now. It does blow a fair amount of heat. I can feel it blowing. And generally she has it blowing on her in the tiny house kitchen to help keep her warmer, because she's a little more sensitive than I am. She thinks that 70 degrees room temperature is cold. I think that 70 degrees is hot. But anyway, that is working very, very well. It just sits there on the wood stove and blows air. No power in, just uses the heat from the wood stove. And she's got laundry here drying. So that right there is blowing and basically, essentially, air drying our laundry. So how cool is that? Stove fan, drying laundry. It's perfect. Hanging from, I never would have known when I built these trim pieces in here on the ceiling that it would become a perfect clothes drying rack for Melanie. Hi guys, I just went down to the creek and got a jug of water. It's ice cold, Melanie. It's cold. It's ice cold. This is how we get our drinking water. Now, sorry, my eyes are watering because I took the mini bike down in the sleet. People are wondering how we get our water, and actually some people seem to be confused about our off-grid water system. I don't drink out of the plastic tank that the rainwater collects into because it tastes like plastic, even filtered, and I don't trust that. So I've never drank out of that, and we've never done it together here. I was going to a spring in Kingston, New York for a while, but that is a long drive and just too much work. Then, for a while I was getting water from the well at a neighbor's place, and it dried up this summer. We had a drought, and it dried up, and he said no more. So now we get water at the creek, and we put it in our black Berkey water filter. Some of you may remember this from long ago. Still works well. And I fill that up. That's a pretzel container with a black Berkey inside it, sitting on top of a sun tea jar. And literally, we went blah, 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 blah. Okay. When we want a glass of water, we take a cup and get a glass of water. Good stuff. Oh, Melanie has found a use for my table. Uh-oh. Do we have a conflict of interest, Melanie? Well, Melanie.
What?
I could keep my machine on the dining room table forever. Huh?
No.
Show us your thoughts, Melanie.
No.
Well, what are you making?
It's quilting.
A quilt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just try if I can.
By the way, Mark, she loves that very much.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, this is Troy and
Melanie,
from the Do-It-Yourself world, and
the Off-Grid Project.
please subscribe and follow our daily videos as we strive to become self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.